Hi everyone and welcome back to day 17 of Memovember.
19.
Memovember is the series on my channel where I try to challenge myself by memorizing and recalling a new list for every day of the month. And so today is a very special day. I'm doing, I think, the longest, probably not the hardest, it's going to be tough, but the longest challenge. It's Canada all places. Of course, I'm not going to list all of the places, towns, cities in Canada. There are almost 3,000 and that would be insane. But I'm going to try to list the most that I remember and try to arrive at 90% of Canada's population. So I'm trying to go to 90%, hopefully 500 cities, 500 of the most populous cities. We'll see the top cities, hopefully 200. So those are the different goals. Without further ado, let's start this challenge. So I'm going to start with actually two out here, White Horse and Yellowknife. Now that that's done, we can go to British Columbia. Of course, if you want to try this quiz before watching the rest of the video or after this video, you can try yourself. It's going to be in the description. As always, a quiz from Huge Quiz, which I'm a big fan of. And so let's continue. We've only listed two cities. I'm going to try and keep this video under 45 minutes. At some point, I will just list a bunch of places. I won't explain too much. And this is the population. So for now, we're only at 47,000, and that corresponds to 0.13% of Canada's population. So let's start with British Columbia and the island of Vancouver. We have Port Hardy, Port McNeill, Comox, Courtney, Campbell River, Powell River, and Seachelt are along the Sunshine Coast, Port Alberni, Ucluelet, Tofino, Parksville, Nanaimo, Qualicum Beach, Duncan, Lake Cowichan, North Cowichan, Victoria, and all of the towns and cities around Victoria, like Saanich, Central Saanich, North Saanich. You'll excuse me if I pronounce some of those towns the wrong way, because there's a lot of them, and I'm sure my pronunciation is not so good. But let's continue. We got Langford, Langley, that's in Vancouver, so that's a bonus. View Royal, Esquimalt, Colwood, Oak Bay. I think that's all I know in Vancouver Island. Now let's do this area around Kamloops, Kelowna, Vernon, Armstrong, Salmon Arm, Erin, Grand Forks, Osoyoos, Oliver, Merritt, Hope, Penticton, Summerland, Peachland, all around the lake. We have West Kelowna as well. Rossland, did I write Rossland? Nope. Fruitvale, Nelson, Keremeos, Princeton, but I visited, Squamish, and Whistler. Oh, and we've got some outside. I'm going to finish with Vancouver, but we've got some here like Prince Rupert, Prince George, Logan Lake, Lake Country, Lake Burns, or Burns Lake, Williams Lake, 100-mile house. That's somewhere. Northern Rockies. Nice. Lac La Biche. That's actually in Alberta, but Lac La Biche County. Before I forget, because there's a lot of cities named after lakes. We'll see that later. I think that's kind of what I've got right now. We'll see if I forget or if I remember those in different provinces. Now, all of the greater Vancouver area, we have Vancouver, of course, North Vancouver, West Vancouver, Burnaby, Langley, I already wrote it, Surrey, Richmond, Delta, White Rock, which makes me think of White City in Alberta, I think, Chilliwack, Mission, Maple Creek, Maple, what is it? Maple Ridge. With only one P, Martin. Makes me think of Spruce Grove for some reason, and Leduc. That's in Alberta again, but once one is triggered, I try to also write the others before I forget about them, because for me they're linked in my brain, I guess. Abbotsford, New Westminster. We're almost done with Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, I think Sycamus, Ladysmith, that's actually on the island. Oak Bay, I wrote. I think that's kind of it. That's most of what I know in British Columbia. I think that's it. Oh, we got two forts actually. Fort St. James and Fort St. John, as well as Mackenzie. Ooh, we have Golden and Revelstoke that I forgot actually. Golden River? Gold River. Now I think I'm done with British Columbia. Of course, if I forget anything and I remember it later, then I'll write them down. But we're done with British Columbia. We're almost at 13%, and nice, we've got 100 cities down. My goal, I think, is going to be 500 cities. Most of the rest of them are going to be Quebec and Ontario. I think there's still going to be a decent amount in Alberta. Maybe I'll reach 150. Let's see that right now with Alberta. I'll do some in the north and then I'll zoom in the south. So in the north we have Wood, Buffalo, Mackenzie County, White Court, Grand Prairie, High Level, High River, High Prairie, Cold Lake, Slave Lake. I think that's kind of it. Let's move on to this part. Let's do the big ones first, like Edmonton, Calgary, Red Deer, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, and now we have St. Albert and Strathcona County, near Edmonton. We have Fort Saskatchewan near Edmonton, Stony Plain, Logan Lake, I wrote it, Sylvan Lake, Chestermere, Drumheller, Wetaskiwin. Airdrie is the big one in red. Canmore, Camrose, Cochrane, Hinton, Edson, Jasper, and then going down we have Banff, Camrose, Cranbrook, I think is in, yeah, I forgot it, in British Columbia, and Okotoks, and I think we're done with those orange ones, which correspond to between 25 and 50,000 inhabitants. So now we only have, in both British Columbia and Alberta, the only ones that are left are 25,000 people and less. Still good to get a couple of those, but I'm happy if I can get all of the cities above 25,000 inhabitants. Lloydminster is on the edge. It was on the border of Alberta and Saskatchewan. There's one with lands. Well, we have Highlands. I don't know where that is, but it makes me think of Grey Highlands. It's in Ontario. And it's not Badlands. It's something like that in Alberta. I don't remember it. I'll remember it later, or I won't, and that'll be that. Now I'm going to do Saskatchewan and Manitoba at the same time, because I'm kind of confused sometimes between the two, some cities. And also they go rather quickly. There's not a lot of big populated cities in both of them, especially Manitoba doesn't have too many cities. So let's go with Manitoba, Winnipeg, Brandon, Virden. We have Swift Current, Moose, Jaw, Regina, Saskatoon, Regina Beach, but that's not very populated, Prince Albert. See, those are all the ones that are above 25K. And now we can get a couple more, like Selkirk, Steinbach, Dauphin, Weyburn, Humboldt, Battleford, North Battleford, Warman, Carstairs, Carman? Yeah, that's in Alberta, I think. Dryden, that's in Ontario. Kenora, Moosomin, Nipawin, Saskatchewan, Swan River, Flin Flon in Manitoba, Churchill is the one up north in Manitoba. Not a lot of population, but I'm still riding it, might as well. Forgetting a couple here, especially these ones. It's 11,000 inhabitants, 16,000, 11,000. Maybe I'll remember some of these later on. Something like Martinsville. There we go. Clarenceville, that's probably in Newfoundland. I don't know. I think we're kind of done here. Maybe we'll come back to it. We'll see if we remember one or two. Oh, in Nunavut you have Iqaluit is the capital. That's the only one I know in Nunavut. Okay, we're almost at 30% population, almost at 10 million. And you can see I had 100 in British Columbia, and here I'm almost at 170 with all these ones. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, there's much less big populated cities. Or it's very concentrated in those cities, like Winnipeg, I think counts for maybe 70% or 65 to 70% of the population of all of Manitoba. So okay, we did a good job here. We're going to skip Ontario and Quebec. We're going to do those at the end. We're going to do the Maritimes, and then we're going to finish with Quebec and Ontario, where we should get a lot of population, more than half, and hopefully get all the way up to 90% of the population, and hopefully 500 cities. Okay, we're already 14 minutes in, so let's do Newfoundland and Labrador. I only know these 3 cities in Labrador, which are Happy Valley, and I don't know how to write happy because I'm focused on the valley. Labrador City. Okay, I was lying. I only know those 2, and then it's all in Newfoundland. So we'll do a bit of Newfoundland here. Saint Anthony. We'll do Channel, Port Basque, Stephenville Crossing, Gambo, Gander, Grand Falls, Windsor. I think it counted for that. Bishop's Falls. You have Corner Brook, Deer Lake, Rocky Harbor, Norris Point. Not a lot of population, but I just know those couple of ones that I visited in Newfoundland when I was there. Well, what else do we have? Cowhead, Springdale, Summerside. Summerside is probably somewhere else. I don't know where. Okay, and now, okay, so St. Lawrence, St. Alban, St. Mary's, Marysville, or Marystown. There we go. And then here around St. John's, we have, well, St. John, that's in New Brunswick, but you have to write it if you want to write St. John's. Mount Pearl, Paradise, Portugal Cove, Conception Bay South. I think I wrote Clarenville. Torbay, Bay Roberts. Oh, it counted Bay. Okay. Bay Roberts. Placentia. That's a town. Oh, Carbonear. Carbonear. I think that's almost done. I think I'm done here in Newfoundland. Maybe I'll think of a couple. I'll just write them, but I think we're pretty good here. Some of the most populated ones are only at 5,000 inhabitants, so we should be good. All right, Nova Scotia. Earlier in the month, I did a quiz where I listed all of the towns in Nova Scotia, so I should still know most of them. Let's try it. Cape Breton, Halifax, Westville, Wolfville, Hawkesbury. Oh, it's Port Hawkesbury. Hawkesbury is in Ontario, I think. Mahone Bay, Mulgrave, Pictou, Miscouche, Harsborough, Clark's Harbor, Annapolis Royal, Digby, Yarmouth, Truro, Queens, Yarmouth. Amherst, which makes me think of Amherstburg, before I forget, again in Ontario, but before I forget about those, I need to list them. Bridgewater, Lunenburg. There's 2 in the south. Forgot about them. 500 and 1,000 inhabitants. Forgive me if I don't list them. I have bigger fish to fry. Trenton, Stellarton, Antigonish, New Glasgow, Wellington, nope, Kensington, that's in Prince Edward Island. My bad. Oxford, Windsor, which will get the one in Ontario as well. Okay, I'm missing a couple, but I think I'll be fine. Okay, no, wait. Shelburne and Stewiacke. Something like that. I forgot how to spell it. Oh well, that's too bad. Prince Edward Island, we got Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte Town. Oh, that's where Summerside was. Okay, Summerside is also there. Charlottetown. We have the ones from Romeo and Juliet. One of the names of the families, that's how I remembered it, but I don't remember it anymore. Stratford. Stanford? No. St. Peter's Bay. Souris. Oh. What are the houses in Romeo and Juliet? I don't remember. This is terrible. Once again, I'll come back to it. New Brunswick, come on. We can reach 13 million. We got 2 million here, maybe, in New Brunswick. I don't know the population of New Brunswick. Hopefully. Moncton, Fredericton, Dieppe, Edmundston, Riverside, Riverview, my bad, Tracadie, Caraquet, Ricci, Bukto, Miramichi, Bath, Bathurst, Campbellton, Lincoln, Woodstock, both of which are in Ontario as well. I guess there's not a lot of population in New Brunswick, or at least I'm not getting many towns. Shediac, which makes me think of Candiac in Quebec. Oromocto, nice. I think that's all I've got for New Brunswick, unfortunately. I should be able to get a few more, but I forgot about them right now. So I think we're at 276, almost 33% of the total population. But we've only got 2 provinces left. Luckily, it's the 2 most populated ones. And we've got like 23 minutes left. We've done half of the quiz and only Quebec and Ontario remain. So let's do it. Let's start with Quebec and then Ontario, and hopefully let's get that 90%. That would be a high score for me. I've never gone past 88%, and this is gonna be tough, but we can do it. I hope. At least 500 cities, come on. And I want a lot of top cities. For now we're at 0 because the top ones, spoiler alert, are in Ontario and Quebec. But then towards the end of the quiz, we'll get to like top 100, top 200, hopefully. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be very fun. So, in Quebec, let's start Quebec. We have Saguenay, Sept-Îles, Sablon, that's really outside, Chibougamau. I'm just doing the ones that are like outstanding cities. that are populated and outside of this big hub, basically, and then I'll focus on this area. And at some point, I'll start listing the saints, and the saints in Quebec are really saving me because there's a lot of cities starting with Saint, like Saint Anne, Saint John, all of that, but in French, of course. So we got Amos, Val d'Or, Malartic, Le Duc, no, La Chute, La Tuque, Shawinigan, Alma, Dolbeau, Ruin, Noranda, it's the one on the left, boom. Gatineau is on the other side of Ottawa. We have Matane, Rimouski, Gaspé, Percé, Murdochville, Grande Rivière, Rivière du Loup. Yeah, that counted already. Amqui, Bécomo, Montmagny, Lévis, Sainte-Croix, Québec, Trois-Rivières. Okay, now I think most of the ones outside. Let's go in with all of these. So I'll do the ones populated outside Montreal. I'm always going in the hubs to finish with like the easier ones and focus on the hubs. And by hubs, I mean the greater Montreal, greater Toronto, all of that, because there's a lot of cities to name there. So first of all, I'll name the one outside, and then I'll do the Saints. Big time, great moment in today's video. Okay, we have Thetford Mines, Salaberry, Sorrel Tracy, Victoriaville, Magog, Sherbrooke, Granby, Chambly, Bromont, Richelieu, Belleuil, Saint-Jean, boom, Saint-Hyacinthe, Sainte-Catherine, Sainte-Anne, boom, Saint-Joseph, bam. There's a bunch of different cities that have the same name, or start at least with those. So sometimes it's Saint-Joseph de la Roche, so like long names, but we only need the first two words usually, so that's good. Saint-Laurentide, Saint George, that's the one. And then the big one is Drummond, but it's Drummondville. And I got Drummond in New Brunswick, that's a bonus. Okay, I think we've got all the big ones here. Let's go around Montreal. It's gonna look ugly, but then we'll get rid of most of them. So Montreal, Montreal East, Montreal West, Dorval, Roberval, Westmount, Côte-Saint-Luc, Sainte-Thérèse, Sainte-Julie, Sainte-Sophie, Sainte-Adèle, Saint-Jérôme, Saint-Sauveur, Saint-Constant, Mirabel, Saint-Amable, Saint-Augustin, Saint-Eustache. We're doing the Saints. We're in this. Salaberry de Valleyfield. Oh, maybe I wrote it already. No, I didn't. Did I? I don't know. Châteauguay, Boisbriand, Varennes, Rosemère, Joliette, l'Ancienne Lorette, Brossard, Boucheville, Blainville, Repentigny, Longueuil, Laval, Miscouche. How about Mascouche? Oh, there's Bouctouche that I've forgotten. New Brunswick, I think. Terrebonne is the one in green. Dollard des Ormeaux is the one in red. Now we've done most of the populated ones. There's still a couple orange ones. So we got Vaudreuil, Kirkland, Beaconsfield, Pointe-Claire, Mont-Royal, Saint-Bruno, La Prairie. Boom, we got all the orange ones. And now, for everyone's pleasure, let's do some saints. Let's do some ones that... it's top. There we go, okay. Let's do some ones that we'll see some disappear with random names like Saint-Tite, Saint-Esprit, Saint-Côme, Saint-Martin, yeah, Sainte-Martine, yay, Sainte-Marthe, Sainte-Agathe, even Sainte-Agathe des Monts, boom, Mont-Tremblant, Mont-Laurier, Saint-Basile, Saint-Zotique, Saint-Lazare, Saint-Lambert, Champlain, Saint-Amable, Armand. There we go. There's so many of them. We have Saint-Rémy, Saint-Félix, Saint-Félicien, Saint-Jules, Saint-Julien. Why not try them, you know? See if I can get some yellow ones here, like Vaudreuil, Dorian. No, I already got them, so Lille, Perrault, Bois des Filions, what else do we have? I can't think of too many right now. We'll come back to it, and we're well into it. We've got 439 cities, and we're at 52% population. Now, we have Ontario that's left. Hopefully we can get to 90%. I think it's possible. There's a lot of people in Ontario. We'll have to pull something out of our bag. So before doing this area, I'll finish on this area. I'll just do the ones in the outside of Ontario, Northern Ontario. So we have Thunder Bay, Sudbury, North Bay, Espanola, Massey, nope. Dryden, I already put it. Sault Ste. Marie, La Salle, La Sarre. Ooh, I just thought of some that are in Saskatchewan actually. Air Ronge, La Ronge, Grande Cache, Fort Capel. All right, that's a few. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. I got a couple more. That's good. Here it's Timmins, Innisfil, Innisfail. Makes me think of Ingersoll. Okay, it's in Ontario. I wasn't sure. Got Elliott Lake and Blind River, close to Sault Ste. Marie. Okay, and now we're going in on this part of Ontario. Hopefully we can get almost 40% of Canadian population out of it. Let's go. So I'm gonna start with near Ottawa. We have Ottawa, Mattawa, Petawawa, Pembroke, Clarence, Rockland, Deep River, West Nipissing, Greater Napanee, Port Hope, Cobourg, Lakeshore, no, that's on the other side, Cornwall, Kingston, it makes me think of Kingsville, and also Kings Clear in New Brunswick, Prince Edward County, Belleville, Quint West. We also have Arnprior, close to Ottawa, Carleton Place. Wait, what? Carleton Place. Smiths Falls, Mississippi Mills, Trent Hills, Brockville, Brooks that I forgot in Alberta, Brockville, all right, Kawartha Lakes, Peterborough, and Aurelia, Barrie, Huntsville, Wasaga Beach, Owen Sound, Parry Sound, Georgina, no, not Victoriaville, Orangeville, South Huron, South Dundas, Central Huron, yeah, Sarnia, Chatham, Kent, also, I think that's in British Columbia, Kent, I'm not sure, Leamington, Tecumseh, and New Tecumseh, Essex. Nice, we've done this little part, which I'm pretty happy about. St. Thomas, St. Catharines, Falls, Thorold, Welland, Grimsby, Port Colborne. Bit of problems writing over here. All right, Fort Erie, and one that's left here is Pelham. So we've done this bit as well. Haldimand County and Norfolk County. Norfolk with an N, not a B. Come on. There we go. London, Waterloo, Kitchener, Brantford, Milton, Oakville. We're going in, folks. We're going in. Hamilton, Burlington, Guelph, Cambridge, Mississauga, there we go, Brampton, Toronto, Vaughan, Markham, Richmond Hill, Halton Hills, Newmarket, Aurora, Bradford, East Gwillimbury. Is it West? Oh my god. West Gwillimbury. Gwillimsbury? No. West Gwillimbury. Hill, East Gwillimbury, East Gwillimsbury. Finally, the final attempt at writing East Gwillimbury. All right. Whitchurch, Stouffville, Ajax, Pickering, Whitby, Oshawa, Collingwood, Clarington, Calden. I mean, that's pretty good. Folks, we're at 554 cities at 88.06%. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 90% because 2% is going to be super tough, especially because we've got 178 top cities. I'm not done. I'm going to continue. I have some in the bag, hopefully. But I've done the biggest part. And as you can see, I've got all of the ones that are over 25,000 inhabitants in Canada. I'm going to continue a bit in Quebec and Ontario, especially Ontario. I haven't finished. I don't think so. But that's the biggest part. So hopefully I can get to 89%, maybe 90%, maybe to 600 cities. It's going to be tough, but let's continue. We have Strathroy, Caradoc. Did I put Lakeshore already? Yeah. North Perth, Perth, West Perth. All right. See how I put 2 or 3 more that are like, well, they're in yellow and stuff. Only 0.2% of the population. It's getting pretty tough now. But let's continue. We've got, as you can see, the top 25 cities in Canada, top 50, top 100, and 236 out of 250. So Midland. Let's see what we're missing here. I put South Huron, Central Huron. Oh, we have Houston somewhere. Creston. I put Pitt Meadows. Oh, I forgot Pitt Meadows in British Columbia. Oh, there it is. I forget some here, like Olds, Minto, Mono, Aaron, yeah. What else is left in this area? In terms of cities that I forgot. Nelson, yes. Wellington, Kensington, Kensington, yeah. I put Cornwall, Windsor. I'm trying also to think of names that are very British, because there's a lot of like New Glasgow, Kensington, Wellington. Is there Birmingham? Nope. But there's a lot of London, Kent. Is there Kemptville? No. Unfortunate. That's in Ontario. That's like around here. There's maybe a couple of saints that I've forgotten in Quebec. Have I forgotten a couple here? Ooh, Tilsonburg. All right, that's gonna get me far. Beaumont, I forgot in Alberta. 178 top, that's pretty good. I'm missing a lot. 88.5%. Do I have some left in Quebec? I'll try to finish around 45 minutes, maybe 50. Maybe I'll speed it up until the end. I think in Quebec I have a few, like St. Charles, Borromée. Oh, maybe that was counted in St. Charles. Saint-Jacques, as well as Notre-Dame. Boom, that's very useful. Forgot about Notre-Dame. We're past 600 now. Let's go. We're close to 89%. So close to 90%. I need to get 89%. I need just a couple cities more, but Notre-Dame is so helpful for Quebec. There's so many Notre-Dame. Like, I don't know if it's counted, but Notre-Dame des Plaines, yeah, it is counted. Sometimes they don't count a couple of those. I don't know why. Okay. Maybe I'm missing some saints here. So, Saint Pierre, Saint-Pierre. Nice. That's just 0.02. St. Mary's, I already put. Saint-Robert, okay. Saint-Henri, Saint-Denis. Nice, 89%. Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm just less than 1% away from my original goal, but I know it's so far, but I've done 1% since then. Don't think I can do it again. I'm so close. I'll continue. I'll still push it. Okay, let's continue a little bit, and I'll just speed it up. Okay, I'll continue a little bit. I'll just speed it up. But I really want to push it as far as I can. Hopefully get to like 650. I mean, it's a lot of cities to know by heart. But I still got a couple left, I think. But I think that's it for now. 50 minutes, that's very long for the quiz. So we'll finish it here. 89.17%. 632 cities, the top 178. Let's see some that I forgot, and let's be sad about it. L'Assomption, Mont-Saint-Hilaire, Spams is okay. Saint-Colomban, ooh, Bracebridge, that hurts. Saint-Basile, Yorkton. Sainte-Anne-des-Plaines, I wrote it specifically because I thought, oh, god damn. Cowansville, Bancourt, Souk, Strathmore, all right. Portage-la Prairie, ooh, that hurts. Lacombe, Thompson, Brighton. Okay, but I didn't do too bad. Those are still tough to get. Sainte-Marie, I didn't get Sainte-Marie. Now that's crazy. I don't believe you. Estevan, ooh, that's a big one in Saskatchewan, I think. Oh well, that's the quiz. Almost 90%. I didn't succeed in that for that regard, but I still got 632 cities in Canada, and I'm pretty happy with myself. This is my new high score. Before my high score was 87.8%, like in October. So 89% is a big high score. I'm pretty happy with myself. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you watched it in its entirety, you're really the best. I mean it. It's crazy. Or you might be crazy like me and you must love content like this. People listing cities. Try it yourself if you're from Canada or not. I'm living in Canada, but I'm originally French, so I mean, I just like it. I'm passionate of learning cities and geography lists and stuff like that, as you might have known through this series this month. So thank you again for watching. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel, watch some of my other videos. There's a bunch of other challenges that I did this month, listing the top 100 cities in Canada, top 100 cities in the States, top 100 cities in China. That was pretty hard, and stuff stuff like that. So there's some for everyone. Have fun on YouTube, and I'll see you later.